I'm Eros Looking 23. You're joining me for Vampire Girl Chapter 19. You kneel in the cold, wet forest, alone and lost. The footsteps of the young girl following the stream to the secret passage slowly fade out of earshot. You wipe tears from your eyes. I can't believe Dyson is gone. I could have saved him. I should have done something. Off in the distance, you hear war cries. You look across the forest, the noise is growing louder. Sounds of swords clashing cut through the wails of the wind and falling warriors. The Fae have taken the battle to the trees. You leap back on your feet, adjusting your sword on your hip. They're coming. I'll search for Finn. Why not? You turn around and look in the direction of town. I need to help Finn. Or find Finn. I should head back to Stonehill Castle. Suddenly you hear rustling from the bushes behind you. You spin around, readying your sword, but a white wolf leaps from the brush and howls menacingly. Oh! Baron, what are you doing here? Where's Finn? Baron runs up to you, but he doesn't have the excitement you're familiar with. He whines and whimpers, his anxious pacing is concerning you. Something's wrong. Ask him where Finn is. Where's Finn, Baron? Have you seen him? A small bark, he jumps backwards and waits for you to follow. What's wrong? What is it, boy? Is Finn trapped in a well? Are we going to do the Lassie thing here? You walk up to Baron and immediately leaps a few steps further. You start sprinting. Baron flies to the forest and you push yourself to a limit to avoid losing sight of him. Your chest heaves as your lungs burn with exhaustion. I can't keep up with him. He's getting away. Take a second to catch your breath. Excuse me. Stop putting your hands on your knees as you fan hard against the cold wind. Yeah, I know how it is to have your lungs burning with crap. Baron's form disappears into the surrounding foliage. You will your legs to move despite your exhaustion, but they drag like lead waves. The trees around you look the same. No matter which direction you look, you have no idea where you've been led to. Shit. Whatever he was trying to take me to, it must have been important. I hate being sick. I want it to go away. You wander through the trees aimlessly, hoping you don't encounter anything perilous. The twin moons climb higher into the sky. After what feels like hours, you catch sight of a mass of white fur. Baron, I found you. You approach him, and he lets out a faint growl, looking out into the clearing beyond the two of you. Follow Baron's gaze and see what he's growling at. It's Finn, chained to a stone. There are dark bruises and bleeding gnashes on every exposed part of his torso. He hangs weakly. No, someone's captured Finn. How could that happen? Finn's cheeks are swollen and reddened from hits. His head bobs, he's barely conscious. A Fae Outlander interrogates Finn, spitting at him as she hovers close to his face. She has long, pointed ears poking out of her flowing orange hair. Her clothes are doused in fresh blood from the day's battles. The Outlander paces around Finn, a wicked look on her angular face. One way or another, Prince, you will break. You may have killed my men, but look at you now. Pitiful, helpless, and with nobody here to save you. I like her eyes and the hair. It's like her. The Outlander pulls out a knife. The polished blade glints in the moonlight, and you can see her cat-like eyes fill with glee. She's putting Finn through hell. She could kill me, too. I'll have to move closer. It's worth the risk. Stay hidden. I can't help Finn if I'm her. Stay hidden. You hide behind the tree, peering at the Outlander and Finn. You try to plan for what's to come, but there's no way you could have anticipated it. The Outlander takes a knife and cuts her own wrist, drawing a crisp line across the swollen veins. The gnash immediately begins gushing blood, and with a wince, she drops her dagger. She didn't hurt Finn. I don't understand. The Outlander walks up to Finn and holds his weak head up to her by the hair. The Prince of War is murmuring something, rage painted across his face, but you're too far away to hear it. The Outlander whispers something in response and then shoves her gushing wrist against Finn's mouth. You see his fangs appear as he snarls in disgust. Finn tries to spit out the blood as it flows into his mouth, but the Outlander grabs him by the throat and forces him to drink it. Finn swallows the blood. Satisfied, the Outlander licks the wound on her wrist and gives a wry laugh. You're a strong one, I'll give you that. With all the princes we knew you'd be the hardest to break. You look over and see Baron growling. His hackles are raised and his teeth are bared. He looks bloodthirsty. I can't see any longer. I need to wait for a signal. You quiver in place, frozen and scared. You hope Finn has a plan, and you hope it happens fast. Your instincts are spot on, though weak. Finn gives a whistle and his wolf springs to action. The command received. Baron barrels out from the trees, leaps at the Fae, and sinking his teeth into her shoulder. Ah! Get off of me! She grabs Baron's neck, squeezing as hard as she can, pulling the ravaging beast off of her. The battle-hardened warrior woman pulls Baron away with her face and kicks him across the clearing at full force. With a loud crack, Baron gets thrown in the side of a nearby tree. Hits the ground hard. Baron struggles to get back up, but after a few failed attempts, he lets himself drop. You must be Baron, the Prince of War's infamous war dog, a loyal and vengeful beast, I've heard. Sad. I expected more from you, Wolf. We've told stories of your slaughters around campfires for ages. On the floor, she reveals her dagger once more. She points the sharp blade right at Dagger. Such a waste of a monster. You're weak and pathetic, just like your master. She slinks close to Baron, ready to gut him with her knife. Finally, her back is to you once more. It's time. Step boldly into the moonlight and raise your sword high. Get the hell away from him. The Fae steps back and scans you. She doesn't seem threatened at all. Are you lost, little girl? The gem of your blade is pretty, too pretty. I bet it's never seen the tint of blood. I bet it'll see the tint of your blood. I'll say nothing. You square up to her and ready your sword. She puts both hands up and drops the dagger to the ground. For a second, you think she's surrendering, but instead she grabs a sword from the gut of her fallen comrades and spins back to you, holding it high. I'll taste your blood, just as the Prince of War tasted mine. Fight, girl. I'll have to wait for her to strike first. Remember, that's our training. You sidestep around her for a moment. She does the same as you size each other up. She swings at your side. You parry the blow exactly how Finn taught you. Your swords clash, setting a screech of steel echoing across the forest. The two crossed swords sway at each try to underpower or overpower the other. Unfortunately, it's your foot that slipped first. You stumble, struggling to keep your leg under you. You raise your sword back up and take a fighting stance. She thrusts her sword at your stomach, but you manage to slap it away with the flat of your blade at the last second. You counter her attack by ducking low and swinging at her feet. Her Fae reflexes are sharp. She hops to the side, and your blade slips right under her. Had enough yet, little girl? I can do this all day. With renewed vigor, she strikes again. You block it, but the power of the blow numbs your hands and sends you to your knees. Pathetic. I mean, you're half like demon and half something else. Fighting against a mortal girl. Like, really? I mean, is this how we're playing this? You think you're a warrior? You think you can save the prince, the kingdom yourself? Do I? I'll say nothing. You try to grab your sword, your hand muscles burning and your fingers starting to go slack. The Fae raises her sword up for one final blow from above. Swing it down, aiming at your exposed neck. This time you tilt your sword at an angle, causing her sword to slide down yours and sink into the muddy ground. Her momentum leaves it half buried in the dirt. You hop up on your feet as she struggles to yank the sword from the ground like a clumsy, swearing King Arthur drawing Excalibur from the stone. You don't hesitate. You ready your sword and drive it into her stomach. Your steel slips through her flesh with ease, only stopping when the tip of your blade digs into her spine. Her eyes go wide. She looks down at your sword with shock on her face. Refusing to accept her fate, she leans on the hilt on her sunken blade like a cane. My sword, if only I... That sword isn't yours anymore. It belongs to the ground now, and that's where you put it. You pull your sword out, and a vivid red splatter comes with it. Blood pours from the Fae's mouth. Her body flops to the ground in a loud thud. You gently wipe the blood off of the grass, and slide your sword back into the scabbard of your hip. You walk over to Finn, still chained to the stone. Listless, he seems broken. The image of the powerful prince of war, so vulnerable, puts a pit in your stomach. Finn, I'm here. You're safe. Are you okay? He's barely conscious, struggling to keep his eyes open. He looks at you, his dry lips attempting to form words. Poison. Hang on, Finn. We have to get you out of these chains. They're wrapped around this boulder, but... Is this really a thing? Look, I mean, really? A diamond for... I mean, whatever. I'm sorry, Finn. I don't have a way out of this. Normally it's you who saves the day. Can you muster up enough demon strength to break free? I can... Finn clenches his fist and pulls down on the chain. He grits his teeth and winces, using every ounce of energy he has left. The chains snap and fall to the ground. And Finn does too, collapsing to his knees on the damp grass. Finn struggles to stand, stumbling from weakness and dizziness. Easy, easy, I got you. You hold Finn, his body cold and shaking. We must not stare. Dangerous. I know, more of them might be coming. No, there's a storm summoned by magic. It will ravage Stonehill. We won't survive. You won't survive. There's a deadly storm coming? Find the nearest realm. We need to find a shelter, wherever the closest may be. I'm not sure, but I think we've moved west since entering the forest. It means Ace's kingdom might be close, right? No, the storm will catch us first. Rain's already starting. We might get to the stream passage at this rate. We can't stay here. We need to go. He helps Finn back on his feet. He struggles to stay up, but manages to hold himself against you. You begin trudging through the forest, holding Finn with all your might. Baron has recovered from his scrape with a Fae, and is back to his old self a bit with a slight limp. Fae blood, it's poisonous to me. Fae blood is poisonous to demons. That explains why she was force-feeding it to you. I thought it was some weird power game, but it was an assassination attempt. Is Finn gonna die? Stay strong for me. Are you gonna be alright? You swallowed a lot of her blood. You can't die, Finn. I don't know what I'd do without you. Try to be strong, okay? It shouldn't kill me, but the amount you put into my system, I just don't know. Baron stays a few steps ahead, making sure the forest is safe. He sniffs the ground, searching for any sign of the Fae. Why doesn't he just throw it up? You struggle to keep Finn's heavy body up as you make your way through the dense forest. Huge gusts of winds pick up lightning arcs across the sky, and the rain falls harder. As you hobble closer, you see a small cave carved into the edge of the mountainside. Look, Finn, it's no castle, but it should at least keep us safe from the storm. He hardly reacts. You walk him carefully to the cave and set him down on the stone within. Baron begins sniffing every inch of the cave, making sure it's free of outlanders. You can barely see inside. Darkness hides anything about the cave, dangerous or not. We're gonna need to get a fire going. Stay here. The wind and rain are bad, but not so bad yet that I can't handle going out. You run outside and collect as many logs as you can carry, then hurry back into the cave. You arrange the logs into the center of the cave, along with some leaves to start a fire pit. You unsheath your sword and grab the nearest stone. Run the stone along the blade of your sword, setting sparks in the leaves, igniting the fire. Suddenly, the inside of the cave comes into view in the firelight. The flame grows as you toss a small log into the center of the leaves. Finn moves closer to you. He seems like he's adjusting to his weakened state and manages to rest comfortably on his own. Finn removes his heavy leathers, and under them is a shirt that fits him a bit too well. Baron sits in the corner, keeping his eye on the cave entrance for intruders. You both watch the fire dance, feeling the warmth on your face as the storm outside grows more and more fierce. Why didn't you escape the city? Why did you save me? I told you to leave Stonehill. I stayed because... Come on now! I got lost. Baron found me in the forest. I followed him to you, and I found you like this. You stubborn woman. You could have gotten yourself killed. But I didn't. You were the one who came too close to dying tonight. He smirks, but immediately coughs into his hand. He pulls his hand away from his mouth, his palm spattered with blood. Blood? Ask him if it's that serious. Finn, you're coughing up blood. Are you sure you'll be okay? It's a natural reaction to poisonous Fae blood. I'm fine. What's the cure for it? There's to be something to counter Fey blood, right? Finn looks away, hesitant. The only cure is to feed on human, to cleanse our body of the Fey. But I don't need to. All I need is rest. I'm fine. I want to give you my blood, but I would decline. You know this. So do not bother. Fine. I'll put my trust in you, Finn. I have to trust you're making the right choice about this. Trust in me? He laughs at the comment, a low chuckle that warms you with the sound, but bites you with its intent. Why is this so funny to him? Call him out. My trust is funny to you. It took a hell of a lot for you to earn it. No, it's not that. Trust. I'm shocked you and I share it, is all. Princess, my brothers and I have been around for a very long time. We've seen the rise and fall of many empires and kingdoms. What you refer to as history, we refer to as memories. We have killed more than you could imagine. We've done horrible things that have made us deserving of our sinful births. And for whatever reason, people trust us to be the next king of the world. We've asked you to trust us enough to share your life with one of us. And what's silly to me, Princess, all of this, what is happening now is unprecedented, and you are at the center of it all. The High Council decided on rules to keep you safe, not from Fae, but from us. Like the rule where no one can drink my blood? Yes. However, other things were left open, and that's where you need to be careful. You need to be wary of who you trust. Left open, so there are loopholes. What do I need to fear? You see, the blood contract had no limits on physical intimacy. If you were to bear a child of one of the princes, it would make him the king. No one could contest his rule. So what happens if she would have slept with Lust? He's automatically the king. Did you guys not think this through? Like, what? Oh my god, I feel like these guys are just derps. Like, I'm serious. Hi, I'm your derpage today. How may we assist you? Even if it wasn't who I picked? Even if I didn't consent? Yes, a fearsome princess will stop at nothing to simply impregnate you and claim the most secure path to the throne. You don't need to love them, or even like them, and they know that. Then you need to protect me, keep me safe. Ari, you don't know what you ask of me. Then tell me, help me understand, what am I to you? The prince with no interest in being king? I have a gift. It's for you. I hadn't the time to give it to you before, but now's a good time as any. A gift from Finn. I don't need a gift. I think she needs more to understand than a gift. No, I don't need a gift. I need an answer. Just tell me. Suddenly his lips are on yours. Gently, softly, he shows you his true feelings. You put your hand on his cheek, feeling the stubble of the hair on your skin as he pulls his face to look up at you. You can't react. Your breath threading through you in the smallest of movements. Your body is on fire, every nerve hyper alert. You stare into his blue eyes, you see pain, sadness, strength, but also kindness. He leans in and presses his lips to yours once more. You shiver as your mouth connect. His hand moves from your face to the back of your head. He buries his fingers in your hair and pulls you close, his tongue dancing with yours. His other hand travels to your waist and splays against your back. You grab his neck harder, your fingers tugging on his hair. Your desire claws through you. He tastes of mint leaves, his scent is wild, earthy. You want to envelop you. Your hands explore his tired, sweaty body. You want to be closer to him, so close that you lose yourself in him. You wrap your legs over him, straddling him on the cave floor. He pulls back and looks at you, staring into your soul with endless blue eyes. We don't have to do this. The moment it was an impulsive move. Do I want to keep going? No. We shouldn't. You're injured and we're stuck in the cave. Of course. Pulls back, but you scoot next to him. Oh, I was thinking that would be illusion of choice. Never mind. This doesn't mean we can't stay close. The cave is creepy, and it's frigid in here. Run your hands along his chest, his body radiating warmth. He's hot. Too hot. Something is wrong. You pull away and he starts choking. He hacks up foam and blood, his body shaking, convulsing. Dylan, what's wrong? What's happening to you? It's the poison. Something in that face blood worse than could have. He collapses on the ground, struggling to breathe. Because it's probably one of his brothers who knew the true weakness. He gasps and clutches at his chest. Baron runs over and places his large paw on his master's chest. Baron looks at you with a clear expression of sadness and fear. He can't lose Finn. You run over Finn, cradling his head in your lap. You roll up your sleeve and hold your wrist to his mouth. Drink my blood. Human blood is a cure. You told me yourself. His head barely shakes, defiant. No. Tears begin pooling in your eyes. You're not dying today, Finn. I'm not letting you. Drink now or never see me again. You gasp as you feel the sharp sting of his fangs slicing to your wrist. Finn's instincts to overtake him, and he loses himself in bloodlust. You feel the blood pool from your arm as he wraps his lips around the wound and sucks hard. He drinks deeply, savoring every rich drop of your life essence. The intense pain is terrifying, exhilarating, and curious all at once. You keep your wrist in place, fighting the urge to squirm. Finn pulls his mouth back, satiated. His lips are stained with your blood. He looks dazed and breathless, as though he'd never felt such euphoria. Without a word, he sinks into a deep, content sleep. You run a hand through his hair and survey the cold cave around you. All I want to do is wait, or can do. You look at your wrist, 2 puncture wounds, still gushing blood to the cadence of your pulse, and hope that my blood heals him. Your gaze wanders to the forest. The storm is raging, the wind tearing at the trees and smoke from the lightning lit fires clouding the skies. You hear the neighs and stomping of war horses in the distance. It's the only way we'll make it out alive. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down in the description below, links to social media, our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. Without further ado, finally, we got to the whole purpose and reason why it's called, Vampire Girl. I mean, we've been kind of waiting on this, but finally we get to the point. With that being said, we have one more chapter to go. And then we'll be done. And like I said, I'll be streaming on Twitch later this evening. We'll be doing some The Walking Dead Season 2. So stay tuned for that. I have pretty much all of Season 1 up on YouTube and Twitch. And Season 2 is still on Twitch. The first 2 episodes, I believe. I eventually have to get those over to YouTube as well. Like I said, YouTube right now is delayed on things because we have a lot of this content to do. And Twitch right now is getting exclusivity. So you should follow me over there. And without further ado, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.